Now, I want to believe that in this context that we are going to talk about here, it's about the strategic leadership direction of the conference that has been drawn. Which I think that it would have actually been better to present this session that I'm going to have after the presentation of the direction. But it doesn't matter. I know you'll be able to follow suit. Meaning that you'll be able to make sense out of this when the strategic direction is being presented. Now, the first challenge of leadership is to win the energy and commitment of people. As leaders, we are actually being expected to win the energy and commitment of our church members. And here I'm talking about the church members at all levels. And this should be towards achieving the aim of the organization. Simply what I'm saying here is that you don't push an agenda alone of the conference. You don't push the strategic plan alone, but you need to win the energy and commitment of other people that you and I am appealing to elders, appealing to leaders. You cannot go alone. You need your church members. Yours will be just to lead them or to give them the direction that they have to take. I am against a leader who would do almost everything. You need to delegate duties. Your task is just to make sure that things happen where you are working. I hope that when you manage to read a verse, I need to read a verse here. Exodus. Who can read that? Read us that? Exodus 18 verse 21 to 22. Exodus 18, 21 to 22. Exodus 18, 21 to 22. Exodus 18, 21 to 22. We have to learn now. Baba Sale, Akasitao. Baba Medimu. We have to learn. Banna Baba Sale, Akasitao. Baba Medimu. Banna Basimi. Baila Bofonata. Uba Beba la Ubadiki. Balaudama Polo. Balaudama Shume Amasano. Le Balaudi Dama Shu. 21 and 22. What did you do? Basolele, si chava camisa, nyemeto ka ofela bali kise kwe. Dinyoto sete minyane bali asole ele bona. Bawi kumulule, bajala hammo lewe. I think that is very straightforward. Select capable men, appointed as officials, over thousands, hundreds and fifties, and have them serve as judges for the people at all times. But have them bring difficult cases to you. We remember this. Actually, who was actually saying this? It was Jethro instructing Moses. I think it shows that you cannot do everything. We need our church members. We need our colleagues in our institutions. Now, I'm moving on forward here to tell you that people are needed when, number one, when we are managing the future. If we have a plan, we have to implement that plan. If the plan is for 3 years, it means that we need people who can carry out that plan. At the same time, number two, when we are improving quality and productivity, now, if it is a church, or if it is an institution, there is that need to improve the quality of the service that and as well as the productivity. In short, it means that if you were doing things in 2014, and then it's the following year, and then you are supposed to be doing the same issue, strive by all means to ensure that you improve on what you're doing. And again, when we are building an inclusive organization, that means there are institutions or the churches that are operating that are not including each and every member of the church. And we are cautioned here by Ellen G. White. She says that the work of God in this earth can never be finished until men and women comprising our church membership rally together to unite their efforts with those of ministers and those of church officers. And this is true. We surely need people that can actually help us to carry out the work. As a leader, and if I am doing things all by myself, or I am dictating to people as to what to do, then take it that you are not a good leader. We have committees, we have boards, we have all structures that are in place. Ours is to ensure that we use these structures. If you are a church and then you don't hold a church board, in a quarter, then there's something. I take it that at least 3 church meetings should be held in a quarter. But if things are running well, then once a quarter. What is essential or what is needed here is for people to be knowing what is taking place. And it's through meetings that we can I'm Moving on, time is not on my
Ke
side.
a tswela pele nako ha e tla
Now we are told that essentially people give their energy and commitment
mona re bolela hore batho ba fana ka matla a bona le boinelo ba bona
when they are treated individually and collectively
ha ba sebetswa ka bomong le ka ha ba bopane
as though they are valuable in their own right.
jalo ka ha eka ba na le boleng bo boholo e le motho ka mong.
If you are a leader,
Ha o le moetapele
ensure that you value the people that you are working with.
etsa bonnete ba hore o hlompha le ona hore o hlokomele bao o sebetsang le bona
Completely valuable.
o ba nke ba na le boleng bo
Second part, it says thoroughly intelligent.
jwale ka bohlokwa
Ya bobedi it says they are thoroughly
o
intelligent
nke hore batho bana ba bohlale haholo
and they are able to think effectively
mme ba kgona ho ba
about everything.
ka tsela e hlakileng ka ntho e nngwe le e nngwe.
If you look down upon them,
Ha eba batho ba ba nyedisa
don't regard them as intelligent,
o sa ba nke ba le bohlale
will not make progress.
o ke ke ba tswela pele
Even if they don't really manage to make decisions,
le ha eba ba sa kgone ho ba etsa diphetho
ensure that you build on what they have.
empa ha o ba seo ba nang le sona
Because if you do that,
bana o etsa jwalo
you will be able to release their intelligence,
o tla kgona hore jwale o lokolle bohlale ba bona
to release the creativity in them.
le ho ntsha
And
bokgoni ba
you
bona
have people who are able to initiate activities.
o tla ba le batho ba tla kgona hore ba qape le hona ho etsa dintho
And I'm sure you are aware that
mme ke a dumela hore
if you have excluded people,
ha eba o behella
who were excluded
ha eba batho bana ba sa fuwe monyetla wa
in the
ka
church organization,
kerekeng
when the new leadership comes,
ha be bo tla bo fihla
and the new leadership would include them,
bo ba kenya mosebetsing
you'd find that there are people who would have talents that would never have not really recognized if they were included in the whole running of the
o tla lemoha hore mohlomong o tla na le batho ba o ka bona hore mohlomong bokgoni ba bona ho ha bo fumane molemo ha eba o sa ka ho.
Now, what does that tell us?
Jwale seo se bolellang se
Let us make use of people that we are having at our
ha re
disposal.
sebediseng batho ba o nang le bona ditsing tseo
Let's make use of the intelligence in our
ha re sebediseng bokgoni le boitsebelo ba batho ba o nang le bona
and with that we'll achieve more.
mme ka sena o tla fihlela tse kgolo.
I'm warning you, we are going to have a strategic direction for the conference.
mme ke a le bolella hore o tlo fihlela sena seo e leng moralo wa tshebetso.
I'm warning you, we are going to have a presentation on the strategic
Ke a le hlokomedisa
direction.
hore taba tsa tsela ya tshebetso le moo re batlang ho ya teng re tlo tla re fumana taba tse leng hangata.
I want to believe the conference cannot make it alone.
mme seo ke dumelang hore conference ha e kgone hore e se fihlele ka
The churches here in MACSEM, they cannot achieve that.
mme le dikereke tsa tsa masa o mona ha di kgone hore di ka fihlela moralo wa tshebetso ka mokgwa fela.
Your commitment or your commitment towards achieving
o
this.
hloka boinelo ba hao tse leng di tlo fihlela.
Otherwise, if you expect other folks to be able to pursue this,
Jwale ha eba o batla batho ba bang hore ba fihlele sena
I'm telling you, it's not going to be
o
possible.
ke ke be wa kgona.
Now, as a leader, task for managers,
Jwale ha o lo moetapele
yours is just to coordinate initiatives
ha o fela go hokahanya ditoro tsena
towards agreed aims of solving problems that
ho ya fihlela sepheo seo o entseng qeto ka sona.
now you coordinate what you have agreed
O
upon
hokahanya seo le entseng qeto ka sona
and
dumellaneng ka
then
sona
ensure that happens.
mme o etsa bonnete ba hore seo se etsahala.
And that is your main role as a leader.
Jwale ho ke boikarabelo ba hao ba ntlha bo le moetapele.
You can't be doing everything.
Ha o kgone ho etsa ntho nngwe.
Otherwise, you will not really achieve much.
Ho se jalo o ke ke wa fihlela ho ka.
Now, I'm getting to the definition of leadership here,
Jwale mona ke ditla mo hlalosang seo moetapele o le
which
sona.
I would want each one of us Even if you are not noting anything, but at least I want you to be able to remember this. Now, leadership is working to understand the whole situation. And then deciding to see to it that everything in it goes well. And is continually improved. Three things. Number one, you understand the whole situation. And then you decide to see to it that everything in it goes well. Number three, then you continually improve. I can see some are falling asleep. And these are the people that are going to ask them about the definition. Three things. Working to understand the whole situation. Deciding to see to it that everything goes well. And then continually improve. I think this is straightforward. Do I have to explain? You understand where you are working, where the church is functioning, and you ensure that everything in the church is going well. And then the last part, you continually improve. Time and again, you look at means of improving the way you do things.
Now,
I think I will have to skip others because now, as a leader, you have to ensure that you have to develop shared vision and plans. To take positive action to enable everyone to contribute. And then the third part is to continually improve and innovate services.
Yes,
is that okay? You develop shared vision and plans. Achieve. Then you take positive action to enable everyone to contribute. To ensure that everyone has a stake to play. Now the last and the most important part, continually improve and innovate the processes. Now, I think before I can actually wind up, which I'm quite aware that let me just give you the 5 most important leadership attributes. As leaders, these are our attributes that we have to remember. The first one is taking ourselves completely, or our leadership completely serious. Is that okay, church? Leaders taking yourselves and your leadership completely serious. In short, if you want to achieve something, put the whole effort in. And make sure that you do it to the best of your energy or capacity, whatever. Now, the second part, you develop a high level of self-esteem. Third one, building close, dependable relationships with everyone. Then you become a leader of leaders, not a leader of followers. Those people that you are leading in church or in an institution, you become a leader of leaders. That means even when you are not there, you are attending a session here, things should move on and people should actually lead that church. If they depend on you, then there is a problem. Are we together? We should be leaders of, we should be a leader of leaders. Not a leader of followers. Now, I think I like my church. Because this year you'll be an elder. Next year we are going to appoint another one to humble you a little bit. Because if you occupy the position for a long time, you will tend to think that you are better off than others. And the same applies in our institution. I'm running this time. I'm running an institution. But I'll step down and let another person. Well, with pastors, anointed people, it means that you have been given what a task have you been given. I think you have to pray more than any other person that the positions that have been given will puff you up, but instead, like Paul, ensure that you pray that you may be humbled. I nearly said something, but I think I'm not going to say it. Taking positive initiatives instead of complaining or blaming. Now, I think we all know about this. Always complain about everything. They will blame everything. But what we are pushing here is to ensure that we take the last part here, which I think it will help you a lot. I thought I'm done, but I thought if I can leave this one, then I don't think you're going to function. Now, as a leader, there is a development format that you have to follow. You are a leader and there are things that you have to check. Check first question. What has been going well since last What is the present situation that we face? What will I need to do if I'm seeing to it that everything goes well? What might get in my way? What support will I need to ensure that I overcome the difficulties? Now, even when you are leading, you had a church board meeting, or you had a business meeting, and then you have assigned someone to take a task. I think it is your duty as a leader to ensure that you ask that person, how far have you done? How can I help you to achieve what you have? And these are good questions that definitely would have. I would go on and on. But the last part, the last now, just appreciate people that you're working with. How would appreciate if somebody has actually managed to do a task and it was achieved quite well. You have time to say, oh, you have done well. These are things that we need to be. Sometimes you get so busy, we forget even to reinforce or ensure that we appreciate what other people do. Don't just be specific. Don't be just general. Ensure that you are sincere in your appreciation. I think I'm done. Summary: involve other people in the way. You will not have the headache, but yours is just to ensure that they do the work. If they do the work, and then give them the credit where God bless you. Thank you.
Amen.